Staying on the NFL theme, according to some studies, nearly 80% of players get into financial trouble within 2 years of leaving the league.
Still, and joining us now, we're thrilled to have, at least I am, Leonard Marshall, former New York Giant. He's got 2 Super Bowl rings with the Giants, former Pro Bowl defensive lineman, and now a partner for the Playbook franchise fund. Also with us is his boss, the founder of the franchise fund, Steve Levenson. The goal of the fund is to help players invest their money wisely so they don't find themselves in trouble. Leonard, thrilled to have you here, buddy. I mean, you must know people that have found themselves in difficulty. Here it is, 2014. I've been doing this kind of an interview for years and years. Why do players not pay attention? Is it they're just too young and feeling too immortal that they don't think they'll ever run out of money, or what's the deal here?
Well, you're kind of hitting the ballpark right on the head there. You're kind of hitting the needle right on the head. I think the situation that exists with players is, you're right, they think that the game will outlast the test of times, and that, father times will not catch up with them.
Right.
But the biggest misnomer about an NFL player or any other professional athlete is their ability to transition from the game. In other words, leave the game and acclimate themselves in real life and go out and understand what it costs and the effort and the energy associated with putting it into the game and putting it into the game of life. What are you going to do when you retire? Start going back to college. Start reading the Wall Street Journal. Start understanding how companies make money. Start looking at opportunities for yourself to broaden your horizon as well as your family's horizons.
Steve, a lot of times these bad habits start early, though, and they start while they're still playing the game. I'm wondering if your fund actually helps these players develop better spending habits while they are flush with cash, so they don't get into the habit of spending $40,000, $50,000 or more each month.
That's a great question, and absolutely it does. I think too many of the young players that are making a lot of money don't have the life experience to know that it's not a repeatable pattern, and they're attracted to, what I call shiny objects, nightclubs, bars, restaurants, record labels, things like that.
Right.
And what we tried to do here is give them access to ownership into a very stable industry, which is franchises. And we take away the barriers that most of them have from participating in the franchise business, which is how do you locate and evaluate a location.
Right.
You don't have to invest millions of dollars. And we take on the role of operations and management, which is a hard thing for them to do, certainly when they're playing and also post-career. So we're trying to go into a stable business.
Okay.
We're not trying to shoot the lights out. We're trying to get them a nice return and an income for a lifetime post-career.
Leonard, how, if at all, has the world changed? You've seen a lot from the mid-'80s, early '90s in your playing career to what the players are doing today. In terms of the financial realities and their readiness to kind of take on their own financial responsibility, have things changed at all over those years?
They changed quite a bit. I think salaries have now quadrupled in the National Football League. I recall during my era, the 5 highest paid players on our defense were probably Lawrence Taylor, myself, Carl Banks, and maybe 2 other guys, and those 2 other guys were linebackers. Now you have guys playing in the secondary that earn anywhere between $3 and $5 million a year.
Don't you hate that?
Well, you don't really hate it. It's the test of times. I mean, it's part of the deal, as you go and grow. So if the game didn't grow, I wouldn't have a better pitcher. So I wanted to keep growing. I want a better pitcher when I decided to retire. But the biggest thing is, and you need to understand about what we're trying to do and the opportunities that we're offering now versus when I was playing, these opportunities weren't there. You couldn't get into a franchise-based business with the low risk and the low return and the amount of principal that we're asking players to invest in. We're trying to educate the player on these type of opportunities for themselves to help them set themselves up for life after football.
Okay.
The biggest thing that a player goes through while he's playing in the National Football League is he doesn't really understand how to transition. They don't hand you a playbook on how to transition and acclimate yourself into life. And the biggest thing now is now they do it. Now they give you 5 years of medical insurance. Now they give you the opportunity to have a 401k, have a severance package tied to you. Have a pension plan, and a pension plan that's reputable and something that you'll be able to appreciate when you hit that age where it's retirement.
Great stuff. Leonard, great to see you. Continued success with this. Steve, thank you for joining us as well.
Appreciate you having us.
You bet it. See you guys later.